Hello folks, and welcome back to I've Been Playing. Today we're talking about a relatively new game, A Plague Tale: Requiem. And yes, I am sick. Plague Tale: Requiem is of course the follow-up to 2019's A Plague Tale: Innocence, and while that game jumped the shark pretty drastically towards the end, and had some of its own issues, which are also present in this game and we'll get there, I quite enjoyed it. The sequel once again follows siblings Amicia and Hugo and starts far away in the countryside. But it doesn't take long for things to go wrong, as Hugo starts to once again feel ill, and it becomes obvious that all is not well on the plague front either, and rarely ever is. After sneaking through a truly horrific abandoned area full of corpses and coming face to face with more waves of rats, Amicia has to help herself and her companions, not only her brother, through sneaky sections, avoiding the now thousands of enemies, human and non-human. Now admittedly, I didn't get particularly far in this game, and even more admittedly, I don't know that I'm going to get any farther. The stealth sections in the first game, while understandable, were never the easiest to deal with in my opinion anyway, as if I remember correctly, there was basically no way to get out of combat if you got caught. And you do have the option to defend yourself more in this game. You can pick up knives and stuff to kind of counteract guards finding and attacking you, but even with that, I've found that it makes little to no difference, either because the guard will track me down easily anyway, one of the others who has been instantly alerted because I've been seen will track me down and I won't even know it because I won't be registering that guard, or there will be one I didn't notice just come out of nowhere, or I'll panickingly run away and get swarmed by rats that I didn't think would be a problem at that point because it's light, but apparently not light enough in that section, and the rats just overtake me and kill me. And then I'm dead anyway, so I mean, which is better? I don't know. Probably just getting axed, really. This is compounded by the fact that at the point where I gave up, which is only in Chapter 3, mind you, I ended up running out of crafting items that I needed to use to set fires or to extinguish them or do those things in rapid succession, and the ones that I did have, they generally instantly alert the guards around to my presence because suddenly there would be fire where there wasn't. Generally the extinguishing isn't a problem because they get swarmed by rats and killed, but setting fires would alert them to someone is there, and then they'd find me anyway, even though I was hiding in bushes, and then they'd come attack me, and it was kind of pointless. There is a nice little feature which allows you to either go back to a specific checkpoint or the start of the entire section, but the checkpoint would often mean I'd have no items, or just the few items I did have that I couldn't get through the place the first time with, and I didn't feel like doing the whole section again either, or I just find myself stuck further back with not enough items and not really a chance to collect more, and I'd just get stuck further back because I'd go for items because I knew I'd need them later, and then I would get killed earlier, and it was just a pain. Generally, there seems to me at least to be a lot more frustration in this game than in the first, and the first had its fair share of sections that could be a right pain to get through, so it's just, for me at least, what I got through, it's just multiplied. Now, I myself haven't had many graphical issues or bugs. I've been playing on my Xbox Series X on Game Pass, and I don't know if perhaps that's part of it since it's one of the newer consoles. At least there haven't been any that I've really noticed. The environments are really pretty, although obviously eventually you'd probably rather not look at your surroundings, but I mean, it's very well modeled. The only major thing that I ran into was that somehow there's this festival part pretty early on in the game, and there are various booths and stuff set up, and there's somebody chopping wood or something like that, and they're set up on the side of one of these booths, and I don't know what happened, or I don't even remember what I was doing, but I managed to walk through this log like it's not a solid object at all, and got stuck between the NPC sawing the log and another NPC on the other side who was just walking around, and every time I bumped into her, she would just stop and go, huh, and stand still, so I couldn't get out, and I kept trying to push past her, and she kept just freezing on the spot and going, huh, like really exasperatedly, like I kept bumping into her, and she was like, why are you doing that? I'm like, 'cause you're in my way, lady, I'm stuck in a log. That's the only major thing that I noticed while I was playing. I'm sure there would be others, and I'm sure there were others that maybe little things. So that's what I think of the game. Again, it's a bit shorter than usual because I didn't get all that far in the game, and I won't be able to return to it, and likely won't return to it for at least a little while. Let me know how you're finding it down in the comments below, what your thoughts are, as well as of the first one. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. If you want to see more in future, consider subscribing if you're not already, and I will see you next time.